Digital detox. The irony is not lost to me that I'm talking to this little plastic box and you're watching this on a little plastic box or on a computer. But today we're going to talk about digital detox and the importance and how it has impacted my life and how when I've stuck at it, it has been really transformational. So digital detox, what is it first? It's quite self-explanatory, but let's get into it anyway. So what we decided a good few years ago, is that at least once a week, we would switch off all digital devices. So no phones, no computers, and even when we were doing it, we did a process where we wouldn't even use a car, no machinery of any kind, but we didn't always do that. And so this was really just inspired by digital overload, by, I've been online creating content, guiding communities and creating programs and doing all sorts of things in the digital world since 2018. And then I had a digital overload of so many things, and we decided to incorporate this digital detox. And so what we do on a Sunday, we switch everything off, we read books, we talk, we see in each other's eyes, and it's been beautiful. And so recently we were doing a lot of traveling, and that traveling, I want to do another video on this, when you get out of your normal routine, how everything can get a whole lot more challenging. So the pranic process I was on, and also the digital detox and so many other things, just got completely thrown into disarray when we started traveling, when we started going out of our normal environment, traveling. We were in Egypt and then we were in Ireland for a month. So this digital detox has been so powerful that, like yesterday, so we're recording this on a Monday, and so on Sunday we do this digital detox, and we hadn't done for a while. And yesterday when I do this, like the ideas and the inspiration and the things that appear when I don't have my phone close, or there's not a computer, I've got my little golden book. I'll show you. So a little small golden book that I can have in my pocket, because just the ideas and the inspiration and the things that come when we leave space. And that's what the power of this digital detox is because when we're in the digital world, even if we are creators, so the vast majority of the digital world are consumers of content. And then you have the other side of that, the creators of content. And creators will be consumers, but most consumers are not creators. But all in that digital ecosystem are in this digital world, in this, coming up with ideas for creating content, or binge watching Netflix, or binge watching YouTube, or something like that, as someone who's consuming, or at times being consumed. And creators and consumers can be consumed by the social media and the digital world. So that's where the digital detox comes in. So once a week, turn off all the devices, and the openness and the space and the connection and the conversation and the communication, it's only because this proliferation of technology has been so expansive and so quick that some of us forget the world that we lived in. If you're in your 30s or 40s, you lived with a world where phones and computers like we have them didn't even exist. And we called people, we phoned people, and if you didn't get them, there was an answer machine or whatever, and you sent letters and all sorts of. It's not that long ago, even though it seems like quantum leaps have been expanded. It isn't actually that long ago in linear time that this was happening, in the grand scheme of things. But this digital expansion is exponential expansion, where our physical bodies and our mental bodies and emotional bodies, of course, to a degree, they can have these quantum shifts, but there's little delays and everyone has their own time. And so like data and digital things are exponentially growing. They're doubling and doubling, and as they double, they're doubling more, and they're going into this quantum realm. But our physical forms, if we don't have balance, they get left behind, and our physical, mental, emotional state gets out of whack, because your mind might be 20 years in the future. Your emotions is what's happening now, and your body's stuck 20 years ago. Just an example. So giving ourselves time, giving ourselves these digital detox, giving ourselves space, coming into nature, into these beautiful tree beings and silence without devices. Again, the irony is not lost. I'm recording this video on a digital device. You'll be watching this on a digital device. But that's the world that we're in now. That's the way. Before these messages were got across on TV and advertising, and this democratization of information and content is a good thing, because you can get more than what was, because when it was monopolized by TV and by corporations and big industry, you only got what they wanted you to see. Now you have the double-edged sword of everybody has a voice, so you have infinite choices, but then you have to still sift through what is true and clear for you. And this digital detox can help that. It gives clarity, it gives space, it gives room for ideas to come in. It gives room for your nervous system to settle down. Advertising and a lot of the stuff on social media, you think about YouTube thumbnails, if you've ever been part of it, like you look at the thumbnails that do the videos that do the best, it's all with like big shocked faces. They play on emotions. They hit your central nervous system by curiosity, by fear, by intrigue, whatever it happens to be. They put these faces in it because there's such competition for attention. Your attention is, we're in the attention economy through this digital world, and big corporations and these are trying to vie and use these devices, which are as addictive as they can make them, to vie for your attention so that they can put your eyeballs on eBay. They are bidding for your eyeballs, for your attention. They're paying lots of money, investing lots of money for your attention, and they do a really good job of it. So that we are warriors of love, warriors without war, so that we are sovereign beings. We have to take that back by being strong in our body, strong in our mind, strong in our emotion, and strong in our ability to discern what information is for us and what is not, what is true and core to our being, and what is dragging us or pulling our attention here and there. So this digital detox is one way that you can really give yourself that space. Like, I feel completely cleansed. Again, it's Monday morning, I'm back at a digital device, but I feel like I'm offering something that can be of benefit for myself and for you. Put in the comments if it is. And so again, when we were on this property really well, we had daily digital detox. We had set a time. This is important. It's something that I'm going to put back in. A certain time of the day where digital devices are turned off. Now, if you sleep with your phone, you really need to look at that. If the first thing that you look at in the morning is not your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the sunrise, it's a little digital device, that's an issue. That is something that is going to have profound repercussions. And if the last thing that we do at night is seeing what someone's having for supper on the other side of the world, what sort of setting is that for us going into sleep, going into the non-physical? So having these tools are amazing. It's like fire. Fire can burn down your house, or it can warm your heart and your hearth. These tools are not intrinsically negative or bad or evil or anything like that, but they can be used, and they're very addictive, and they can be used in a way that is beneficial, is powerful, and they can be used in a way that, like any other addiction, they can be destructive. They can be really damaging to relationships. I give you a little challenge, and this is something I've done as an experiment. And I want to just say, I have a social media addiction, I have a smartphone addiction, I have an internet addiction, I have an addiction to knowledge and reading. I've swapped my passions and my addictions from alcohol and drugs and all of those things into these things, but they are addictions nonetheless. But I'd like to give you a little challenge, and this is something that I've tried, and if you've never done this, you may be very shocked. So my invitation is, if you live near it's probably not like in a very small village. You want at least a kind of small to medium-sized town or a city if you live in a city. Take an hour and decide to go out without your phone, without any digital devices, and go out and just look around you. Go to coffee shops, walk on the street, go into places where there's lots of people, and just look around at the effect of smartphones. Just look without the smartphone. If you have the smartphone, you're in the matrix. I've seen it, like, it's amazing. You go out for an hour, a couple of hours with no smartphone and just observe people and really take time to observe and look at relationships. Look at people sitting like they're with friends, four friends sitting around a table, and not one of them's looking at each other, looking at phones. And this is young and old. This is not like, you know, drinking drugs as the young people and older people get. Why is it you'll see people in their 60s and their 70s in the exact same way? Like, there's never been an addiction, a wave of addiction. There's never been, because it's such an amazing double-edged sword, because the technology is so good at our fingertips. We have everything that was only held by a select few before, but also now our relationships are being challenged. Children are growing up, and I see it again when I do this challenge. I see zombies, I see craziness. Then when I have my phone, I am that. I forget that. It's amazing the power these devices have. So that's a little challenge for you. Go out for an hour, especially you want to go somewhere where if you live in the middle of the forest, it's not going to work, but you want to get back there, try it and see. And my invitation and challenge to you is to see, firstly, do you have some form of digital hygiene? Do you do digital detox daily? Do you do it on a weekly? If you are interested in that and you'd like a template, we've come up with a template. I've helped others with it in groups that we've done before. If you're interested, you can drop me a personal message and we can do that. We can send it to you, give you an idea how to do it. But it's very simple. You just need to know, if you thought about it, like, these are tools. If you imagine you're a carpenter or something that uses a tool, a carpenter doesn't, well, maybe there is some weirdos. I'm going to assume that most carpenters don't sleep with their saw and their hammer, yet humans sleep, and the first thing they touch when they get up and the last thing that they touch before they go to bed. These things are so addictive, but we can use them for good. We can use them for powerful messaging, powerful connection, but we can also be used by them. So my invitation to you and challenge to you is to put it in the comments if you're interested in that digital detox template. Are you doing digital detox? If you aren't, are you willing to try it on a daily basis or a weekly basis? And I'd love to know, if you try it, what are the results? So this is the little Monday digital detox inspired sharing on that. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are